Vedika Yogesh. I'm studying in PG High School Wada and also in Chanakya Academy. I'm studying in 10th standard, Division C. My presentation name is Disaster and Risk Management. My first question is, what is disaster? A hazard causing significant physical damage or loss of lives and change to the environment is called as disaster. There are two types of disaster. First is natural disaster and second is man-made disaster. Disaster that occurs naturally in nature. Example, earthquake, landslide, forest fire, tornado, etc. Man-made disaster. Disaster that formed by humans. Example, deforestation, chemical pollution, war, food poisoning, atomic test, environmental pollution, etc. Third, principle of disaster management. Disaster management is the responsibility of all spheres of government. People were responsible for their own safety. Disaster management plan should focusing on large-scale events. This is the example of natural disaster. Uttarakhand flash flood is among the most disastrous flood in the history of India. In 14 to 17 June, around 1 lakh pilgrims were trapped in the Kedarnath Shreni. More than 5,700 people were presumed dead. This is caused by heavy rainfall, massive landslide as well as natural disaster. Second, example of man-made disaster. In the 2008 Mumbai attacks were a series of terrorist attacks that took place in November 2008. 10 members of Lashkar-e-Taiba, a militant Islamist organization from Pakistan, carried out 12 coordinated shooting and bombing attacks lasting 4 days across Mumbai. The attacks beginning around 9:30 p.m. when the two wings entered the passenger hall and opened fire with AK-27 assault rifles. At least 174 people, including 20 security forces, personally and 26 foreign nationals were killed during the Mumbai terrorist attack in November 2008. More than 300 plus people were injured, and this is caused by terrorist attack as well as man-made disaster. Disaster recovery. Government provide them temporary shelters, structure for response and victims economic rehabilitation, scientific damage assessment. This is the cycle of disaster management. There are four phases in disaster management cycle: preparation, response, recovery, and mitigation. First is preparation. Activities prior to a disaster. Example, emergency training and warning systems. Second, response. Activities during a disaster. Example, public warning systems, emergency operations, searching and rescue. Third, recovery. Activities following a disaster. Example, temporary housing, claims processing and drains, long-term medical care and counseling. Fourth, mitigation. Activities that reduce the effects of disasters. Example, building codes and zoning and public education. I like to thank you for Mahale sir and Samir sir for giving me this presentation and responsibility. Thank you.